Goose.
Yo,
Goose, what's happening, my
What's
man?
man, I'm in Gallup, New Mexico.
okay?
Man, out there, not playing
Yeah,
no games.
Can hardly hear you guys.
you can hardly hear us.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway,
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna turn my volume up. Hey, look. So Goose, thanks for being on the show.
oh, you
Um,
got it.
so tell us a little bit about yourself, man. We have a lot of listeners up here tonight that may or may not know you. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, about me, let's see, I'm 63 years old, going to be 64 in a few days. Got into rim racing back in early 2019. Uh, out of I met CEO Larry was my first rim racer
Okay,
that I met, and I got hooked ever since I seen what he was doing, and so we built this couple cars, and history is what it is now.
got you. So where exactly are you from?
What's that?
Where exactly are you from?
Well, I'm from the West Coast, but moved out to Oklahoma about 8 years ago with a company that we had, and developed it, and ended up developing another company, and we got ongoing companies up in Kansas, and other than that, that's about it.
Okay.
So how long you been racing, Goose?
Well, I started racing back when I was a teenager, but a good 45 years.
So what made you get into racing? Was it like the thrill, or how did you get involved in it?
Into rims?
In racing, period. Just in racing, period.
Oh, my father was he was a racer. He was always racing, and he was quite a motorhead, and I kind of followed suit.
Oh, okay. And you said what's that? What 45? No, yeah, 45 years you've been behind the wheel.
Yeah, longer than most of the guys have been alive doing.
Got you.
Yeah, very well experienced with that.
So Goose, for the people that don't know exactly what you race or whatever, what kind of car you racing? Do you mind sharing a little bit about your setup as far as the engine
No, I
size?
don't. No, I don't mind at all. I've got two cars that I started off with. I still have them. One of them I decommissioned about a year and a half ago, which was El Patron.
And that was
Uh, I, I
black.
was running a big blower motor in it, and I basically built that one just to razz the crowd with the big old 3,000 horsepower blower motor in it, and that's all it was for. I was sitting on Rucci's. We also built, and that's an '87 Grand National that started off that way. And then the Grey Goose is an '87 T-Type. It started off with a 3.8 turbo motor in it. And then I had Hawthorne's put we went to a LS motor in it. And then we had started. This was about 4.5 years ago. We used an on-3 system just to get going,
Got you.
and then approximately 2 to 2.5 years ago, we started on Black Flag slicks, and it's just been getting built ever since. Um, Slowly but surely, we've taken a beautiful car and hollowed it out. It's all steel, all metal, all glass, except for the hood. But we're running a dart block, monster heads, uh, Cali pistons and rods and 4-inch crank, power glide with Neil Chance torque converter, 9-inch in the rear, 370. No, I think it's got 390 gears in it now. Pushing over 2,000 horsepower, and just enjoying things.
That just sound like a monster too.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, all the guys I race with in the slick class, they're just as bad, if not badder.
Yeah. Shout out to the guys that's in this big drum racing thing in the NDRA, or if you haven't gotten into the NDRA and you out here on the street or at the track doing your thing, bro. Shout out to everybody with the movement, man.
Sure.
Absolutely. You know, you've got the NDRA, which is a great platform for a lot of guys that are getting into the racing. They've got a good structure over there. You could go onto their website. You can check it out, and they actually have classes and races. You can go in and sign up. I think it's a pretty neat idea that Dunkmaster came up with. And then you got us outlaws that we don't like too many rules. We go by the type of tire, and that's about it.
Gotcha.
Right. That's the hard tire slicks, right?
Exactly.
Right.
They like to say middleweight and heavyweight, but I think coming out for 24, if you got a slick, you're just going to run anybody that comes on a slick, no matter if it's a tube chassis car or a Ford Pinto. And the same thing with the hard tires, from what I understand, and that's why I'm putting my car on hard tire or slick, because from what I understand, hard tires are anything goes again.
Right.
So for the people
until subject to change, I guess.
Right. Right.
So question. So for the people that may not be real familiar with the performance of the slick on the 24, what kind of time difference are you seeing between a hard tire and the slick?
Well, honestly, the slicks, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference, just because of the setups we have, and with the body style and everything I've been running, I do know that stereotypically the guys with hard tires have less horsepower because they didn't need it for the slicks. But I think the slicks are deceiving with the hard tire, because my front end will come up on both.
Okay.
Right. And I posted, for the guys who want proof that his car can do that, I posted his car for Wheelie Wednesday, and you can clearly see the front of that car in the air, both tires in the air, gone.
It'll drag the bumper.
Yeah, it'll definitely drag the bumper. It ain't too many people that's living that lifestyle on the track on rims. So definitely shout out to you for that.
I appreciate it.
So with you being in the culture for the last 5 years in the big rim racing, what are some things that you would say for you as a racer that you bring to the culture?
Well, I like to say that I bring a competitive car, and I'll line up with anybody. And I think that and the fact that I'm an older person, so anybody, it doesn't matter really how old you are, you still get involved.
Right.
When I'm at the track, it's not like the internet. We're all friends. We all get along for the most part. We all help each other out. I know this year I had anyone from Bruce to Playboy Jeezy to Ongo to anybody that was out at the tracks. Primo, Prime. I can name every single one of the guys. They all put their hands out there to help if you needed it.
Right.
So That's a big misconception when it comes to the lives and what really happens at the track. The guys will help each other out.
Right, right, and that's a lot. Like you said, like you don't get to see that. A lot of people like they get this assumption that well they on live and they talking shit to each other and blah blah blah. Now some people for whatever reason don't like, you know what I'm saying, but that's a small amount. But for the most part, from what I know, you know what I'm saying, when you go to the track, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, from what I've seen so far and experience, like it's pretty much like a brotherhood. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, anything else. Like you see a lot of big room cars at the track, and it's like, yeah, they got their own setup and their own little situation going on, but as far as culture, we all ride together. We all under that same umbrella. So,
Well, you know, it's again, you know, there's a certain amount of hype that goes over the lives that's expected. You know, that's how you generate, you know, what we have and how to spread the word and the brand, so to speak. But for the most part, and I learned in the early beginnings not to take things so personal, because there are people that get on these lives and they make it personal, and it should always be about the car and the speed and the race and who's against who, not against, you know, just whether you got gray hair or you're bald or you don't wear a hat, something stupid, you know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Right.
right. So in the future, you know what I'm saying, like with us moving forward, like where would you like to see big room racing go as a whole, like for the culture?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I said, where would you like to see the culture go as far as big room racing is concerned? Like where in the future, where would you like to see it or see it blossom into?
Well, actually, it they just put out a lot of the old guys. They call themselves pioneers, and you know, regardless of what they wanted to call it, they came out with 8 events. That's what I like to see. If somebody's organizing enough to where we can put 8 events now on our calendars and plan for those events, and the guys that are promoting the events are the racers. I think there's a couple promoters in that 8 event group. I don't know if you guys have a copy of it or not, but it's out there. That's what I'm enjoying, and I think that is going to set the 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 base for what we will see here in the near future, as far as organization and being organized, and everybody sharing each other's events and making it to each other's events. That way, the fans get to see a lot of race cars and a lot of racing. And you know, my hat's off to the 8 guys that have things going on right now and set these events up. And that's what I'm hoping and looking forward to.
Right. And to piggyback off of that, I believe the pioneers that's on that flyer, a few of them I can remember. I know Two Flies on there, MJ the Stuntman's on there, Dunk Master, of course. I want to say
You got Playboys on there, Hot Rod's on there, Cut the Check,
right,
Bruce, FYB. I don't have the list in front of me, you know, because I'm driving. But
right.
I think that there's going to be a few more probably added on there. Originally, those guys got together with a lot of people, and some of the guys didn't. From what I hear, weren't really interested at the time, or maybe they didn't understand what they were trying to do. But like, I'd like to see Easy's show on that list,
Yeah,
and a couple of the other guys. CC needs to get in touch with those guys and get on the list. and that way there's more of everybody doing things together. There's a lot of hard knocks, guys, but I think it's actually coming around.
Right. I watched Easy's live earlier. He didn't drop a date specifically, but he definitely said that it was going to be sometime in October, sometime like that. So definitely y'all keep that in mind. Keep that on y'all calendar somewhere in October. Each day is going to be on the calendar list. So y'all tap in and check in for that.
Hey, so Goose, also too, so you named a lot of big names, man. A lot of big names of guys that you're connected with, you network with, that you race against, and that you will be competing against in these big events. Now, in your area, what is the big rim culture like in your area?
Well, we've got, you got 405 Marcus. He's been involved probably longer than anybody. No, actually, the guy named Badass, Kenny Badass, he was the only one I knew with a big rim car. He races a Regal. And then you got Nate the Great. These guys are just now, this last year, kind of coming out of and trying to hit it nationally. But we've never really had big fast cars, just because it's kind of like where you guys are from. All the big stuff that happens down in Florida and Georgia, North Carolina, that type of thing. And so with what you guys are doing and the movement you're doing to make your area bigger, that's the only thing that you can really do to build this culture up, or the big rims or the big wheels, whatever you prefer to call it. That's how it's going to get bigger. Our area, their area, and nationally. Like I was telling Dave, when you guys have
Yeah, I think his service is glitching a little bit.
Yeah, I think we losing them. We lost.
Are you there?
Yeah. I think your service is getting a little bad. It was kind of glitching for a little bit.
He said he's in what? He said he was in what? What's it?
Mexico? Yeah, he in New Mexico on the way to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah, can I try it again?
If we look at each other, it was good for you. Another time when I'm not traveling.
I got you. I'll try to get in touch with you, and we'll talk up some more.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out if you can hear me, so I don't hold your live up.
Cool. Hey, look, thanks for your time, man. We're definitely gonna be tapping back in with you again soon.
All right, boss.
Be safe out there, man.
Take care.
I appreciate you, man.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Like
cool.
That was 405 Goose.
You already know it's your boy CC, man, and I'm with Whip Caviar, man. And you want all the best tastes of the whips, Chevys, Ford, all different type of variety of tastes. You gotta come to the Caviar, man. Y'all already know who whip up the best, man. My boy Whip Caviar got the best videos. He do it right. He keep it all neutral. He be everywhere like he supposed to be. Y'all never be there, so y'all gotta use him to get there. And my boy Whip Caviar, man, so all we do is put the caviar on the plate for you guys who ain't great. Cause my dog is doing his thing, and he don't stay in his place, cause he makes sure he have a biggest plate of caviar. Shout out to my boy Whip Caviar, man. Remember, the taste bud gotta be good. It's like caviar, and my boy got it for you.
Hey, you feel me? JTK Customs all day long, you feel me? 1800 Old Winslow Road. Y'all better come here. Tripping if you ain't. Tripping if you ain't, nigga.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?